All right, we should be good now. We are live. Just got to send it to the Discord. Boom, 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 boom. With the rollie on. Get it with calm man for flowy on. I love when I can't see the video. View your channel live. Why is it not here? Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the live in the Discord. Here we go. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the live in the Discord. Here we go. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the live. You got it now. Control C, Discord, live streams. I have to delete this one. Live. All right, we are live. Sup, Sam? What up, NQ Bat? NQ Bat. Expect a boring stream today. We got NVIDIA earnings tomorrow, and I'm treating that like a high impact news event. So I really don't think there's going to be much on the plate here. Right now, I'm looking at this Bitcoin chart. I think this Bitcoin chart's pretty interesting. Tapped into this new day opening gap. We got relative equal lows with Asia and London. We have accumulation, manipulation, and then hopefully distribution. So I'm watching this. We have this 5-minute breaker here. And we have this 5-minute fair value gap. I just think this chart's pretty interesting. The NQ chart looks pretty disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. Like, nothing here looks very good. I think this Bitcoin chart's a lot cleaner. So I'm gonna be sitting on Bitcoin here. I have NQ open, but it just with NQ with NVIDIA earnings tomorrow, I'm really not expecting much with NQ. And this Bitcoin chart looks pretty clean to me as of now, so I'm watching this Bitcoin chart. And the ticker for that is MBT. So this is the ticker I'm on, MBT. Bitcoin futures. I haven't really been showing it in the Discord, but I usually like to trade a lot of assets. So I trade what's up, Rempy? I trade like silver, I trade gold, I trade the 10-year, I trade Bitcoin, I trade DXY, I trade Euro futures. It's just, especially when we have high impact earnings with NQ tomorrow, I know it's going to be choppy and gross today. So I'm not expecting much, and I'm just liking Bitcoin here. I think this is some good structure. What I'm looking at on NQ is I'm looking at this hourly inverse right here. So if you want to look at NQ, guys, I'm checking this thing out. I want to see how price reacts off this hourly inverse. That's what I'm watching. So I'm watching that hourly inverse, guys. So far, we're respecting it. When you drop down to like the 15-minute, I want to see how we respect this gap. So far, the bodies are in the lower half of this, guys. So I'll just be watching if NQ can respect this hourly gap here. That's what I'm watching. But again, I think Bitcoin's a lot cleaner here today, guys. I like this breaker. I like this accumulation, manipulation, and this new day opening gap. And I like these relative equal lows down here. So I'm watching Bitcoin as of now. Yeah, NVIDIA earnings are pretty stressful. That's why I don't even want to look at equities today. It's like NVIDIA earnings are either going to tank the fucking market or make the market rip. And the market's not going to be doing much until then. We have Home Depot earnings today after the bell, I'm pretty sure. And we also have Klarna, which is like a fintech company in Switzerland. but none of those are really going to affect the market that much. Home Depot is kind of a big deal, but not that big of a deal. So I'm really just sitting on my hands until we have Nvidia earnings. Klarna's a pretty interesting company though. It's basically you just can like you can make down payments worth of anything. Saudi Arabia and US are set to make a deal on nuclear today. Just got a notification on Twitter. Hey Rempy, you should follow. You probably already follow him on Twitter. I don't know if you use Twitter, but I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's like Kabosi letter. It's like a really good It's a really good. What's up, man? What's up, Thor plays? I'm watching Bitcoin, guys. I think I don't really want to trade NQ today. I'll still be watching NQ, but with Nvidia earnings tomorrow, it's pretty disgusting. And I just like the market structure on Bitcoin right now. I like this structure more than I like NQ. I think NQ is pretty disgusting right now. I'm still watching ES and YM and NQ, but I just am not super interested in trading them. Yeah, what's up? Thor plays 8799. But Rempy, if you're still in here, I want to find this account. You probably already follow him. It's the I don't even know how to pronounce him. Kabasi letter. So if you can see that, this is like my favorite Twitter account of all time. They post like really good economic data. So even if you don't use Twitter, start using Twitter so you can freaking follow them. It's really good. They're posting stuff about the Fed. They post about everything. I really think they're probably the best fucking account on Twitter, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. NQBat. NQBat gets it. That's how you say it. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like the cup. I don't know if it's like German or what that is. Kabasi letter, but really good fucking Twitter account. They don't really keep up with like earnings, but I follow other accounts for earnings. But they're like on their shit. They're really good. They have like a paid subscription that I don't pay for, but I'm thinking about paying for that. I'm just pretty up to date. Like usually when the letter like posts stuff, I'm usually kind of already on top of it. So I don't feel like I need to pay for their premium, but I don't know. I don't know. Watching Bitcoin, guys. We got 8 minutes till the bell. I'm watching NQ2. I showed you guys that hourly gap I'm watching, but this Bitcoin chart looks pretty clean right now. I want to see if we can displace. I want to see if this breaker. What am I doing? I want to see if this breaker. Am I retarded? I want to see if this breaker can support price lower, guys, to these lows. And I might be wrong. We might just rip, but as of now, this is what I'm looking for. Looking for something like this. We're just consolidating in this 5-minute breaker. The breaker I'm highlighting is these two down close candles here. We have a low, high, lower low. We took out buy side liquidity here, so it's a low, high, lower low. That's a breaker. And then it's in this 5-minute fair value gap, so this is a unicorn model. I kind of want to just enter here because I think 930 might just displace lower, but I'm just going to wait for the 930 opening bell and look for an entry. I think these lows are in play. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But NQ is really just only thing I'm really watching NQ is this hourly inversion here, guys. So I'm watching this. Looks like we might want to retest previous week low in this new week opening gap. So I'm watching this new week opening gap here. If you go to the daily chart, it's just bearish. There's nothing bullish about this chart. We respected this daily gap here. We moved lower. I'm watching this wick. I have this wicks quadrants right here, guys. And then it's just pretty bearish. Pretty freaking bearish on NQ here. So gun to my head, I'd want to see lower prices. And I'm watching Bitcoin here, guys. Watching Bitcoin. BCZ, TGR aren't getting me good enough these days. I don't know what that means. BCZ, TJR ain't getting me good enough these days. Thor plays, I really have no idea what that means. I didn't read your previous. I watched that guy TJR whole boot camp and also his new video that was his 10-hour ever basic activity, and I completed ICT 2016-2017 session right now. Should I go right for 2022? Um, I think 2022 is, I don't know. So it's kind of hard for me to explain for you guys because I've literally watched every ICT video, like, and I rewatch them all the time. But I think 2022 and 2024 are the two most important mentorships. But 2016, 2017 kind of teaches you like the PD array matrix and goes over like the 2016, 2017 is this private mentorship. So when ICT like had a course, that's the content he pushed out. So it's like the 2016, 2017 is really important, but so is 2022, so is 2024. 2022 gets into like more of like the entries and stop loss placement and like how to actually trade, and core content's more just like learning. And then 2024 really goes into like new week opening gap, new day opening gap, opening range gap, first presented gaps. He talks about like pre-market sell side and buy side. I don't know. They're all important, but if like I had to only like two like if you only had to watch two mentorships from ICT and that's it, I would say 2022, 2024. Yeah, with a K, Rempy. NQ Bat put the name out in the chat if you're still in here, Rempy. But Kabesi letter is like the most is I think the best Twitter account on Twitter. They're just really good. They have really good content. Yeah, they're really good. Like if I only had to follow one account on Twitter, it would be that account. Like they're good. And there's a bunch of other accounts like I follow like 100 accounts on Twitter that are like all stock market related and like interest rates, bonds, Federal Reserve earnings, equities, just like macro and microeconomics. Like I follow a lot of those accounts. And I listen to a lot of podcasts too. NQ is starting to dump here, and the dollar and Bitcoin's moving higher, which is kind of weird because they're usually they are together. You gotta, especially if you're into like options and stocks, Rempy, you really gotta get on X because that's like where shit happens. Like I really like FT and Wall Street Journal too. Yeah, I obviously I look at Wall Street Journal. I don't know what FT is off the top of my head. Maybe like Forbes. I don't know what that is off the top of my head, but like if you are like you're like I think you're pretty into like stock option plays, and Twitter is like Financial Times. Yeah, obviously. Sorry. Um, Twitter is like the spot to be. Like there's no social media app that like has more like stuff on stocks and options and random macro stuff than Twitter. I'm not in SoFi, but people on Twitter were talking about SoFi 24/7. Like that was my entire feed. Was buy SoFi, buy SoFi, buy SoFi. Twitter was like huge on AMD when it was like below 100. Straggles on stocks. I own cash flow for more shares. Yeah, that's good. I would recommend you to like actually own stocks though, like long-term stuff. Just because like when you like there's all these stats like when you have to own stocks long term because like I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but I see them all the time. It's like if a stock goes up 50% in a year, that 50% increase usually only happens in like 14 trading days. So it's kind of hard to capture like yearly moves on a stock if you don't own them. Unless you're like really locked in and you're hitting all those plays, but it's hard. Sometimes they might gap up and they might go up overnight sessions, so but it's like when a stock goes up 50% in 365 days, usually most of that move happens in like less than 20 days. Bitcoin's about to take out pre-market highs here, guys. Watching that. NQ's consolidating. Guys, I'm not really looking at NQ today. This is like disgusting. We took out Asia lows, we have London lows, we have London highs. This is just like nothing is really interesting to me here, guys. I'm gonna be honest. It looks gross. Like I don't even want to trade this at all. Gold looks good. Gold's ripping. I was looking at gold. Gold's about to take out the opening range high and lunch high from yesterday. And we have an SMT with, oh, we had an SMT with silver. But like silver looks decent. If you guys are serious too, I look at the 10 year. This is like the 10-year yield. It basically inverses the equities and follows the dollar. And then I look at euro because this kind of moves with equities and inverse dollar. So I look at all these assets for like correlation, breaks in correlation. So I want to see how we react off this. I want to see how we react off these pre-market highs for Bitcoin here, guys. I'm not expecting much from equities, guys. I probably won't take a trade. Yeah, I just am. I'm not like I don't do a lot of those like option plays you're talking about. Mostly, if I'm doing option plays, I usually just like swing companies for a couple weeks, or I'll like swing QQQ, swing SPY. But I mostly just look at futures and I hold long term stuff. How about Warren Buffett buying Google at the fucking top? It's ridiculous. Warren Buffett could have bought Google like 6 months ago and he would have been up 60%, but he bought it at the absolute top. It's so crazy. And the whole market was red yesterday and Google's up like 8%. Yeah, Bitcoin was dumping. I mean, because Google was dumping. Everyone's like, Google's fucked. Like, AI is taking over Google. Like, no one uses Google ever anymore. And now they have like the best AI model, the best image gen, the best video gen. Like, Google's kind of kicking ass. And I still think like Google still gets a lot of their revenue from search. And I do think they're a little fucked because I don't know about you guys, but I haven't used Google in 10 years. I use or 2 years. I only use ChatGPT and Grok. Like I never like Google anything unless I'm looking for an image. So I do think they're like kind of fucked with that. And ChatGPT still has like 90% market share over the other LLMs. So it's not. I do think Google's in a pretty scary spot right now, but they're Google. They also manufacture those TPUs, which are huge. They're like one of the only competitors for fucking for uh for Nvidia. And they're not like a real competitor for Nvidia's GPUs, but they're getting there. Yeah, I know, but like I don't know the specific metrics for Google, but like I'm pretty sure like over 70% of their revenue comes from search or something like that. Maybe 60%. Well, yeah, cloud's huge. YouTube's huge. People don't talk about how big YouTube is. Like YouTube's not going away. It doesn't matter how good AI gets. It's probably only good for YouTube. Like YouTube is, I think, one of the YouTube could be a fucking $1 trillion company by itself. Like YouTube is massive. No one watches like I don't know. When I talk to people, like people still watch movies and shit, but Google is fucking huge. Waymo's pretty cool too. They're on highways now, which is kind of cool. I think robo taxis are kind of going to eat Google alive, but I mean Waymo alive. But yeah, yeah. Google Cloud's huge. Google Photos. I didn't know Google Photos actually generates them like revenue, but that's pretty crazy. NQ's fucking ripping. Did something just come out, guys? Like, why is it so volatile right now? Sorry, guys. So I'm looking at NQ. I gotta check Twitter because this is kind of weird. There shouldn't be this much like liquidity in the market right now. Um, Relative equal lows with these pre-market lows here, guys. Asia high might be in the works. It's just this is so ugly, guys. I really like it's just chopping, even on the hourly chart. Like when the hourly chart isn't clear, I don't like trading at all. Like and we just have these big earnings coming up. Like nothing here is jumping out at me as that pretty. I don't like anything here. I don't like when the opening prices are really close together too. YM took out pre-market. YM looks like it could expand to these pre-market highs here. I don't think that would be that crazy. Bitcoin just took out Asia's high. I want to see how it reacts off that, guys. Gold's still moving higher, and if equities were actually going to move higher on the day, I think gold would be dumping right now. Same with silver. Just got logged out. It's probably a sign of God. Yeah, so Bitcoin's still the most. I think this is still the cleanest chart. I like Bitcoin the most still. I think photos is very small amount. I use Google when my girl invents a new English word that I need to translate. Yeah, I mean, I don't, I'd still probably use AI for that. Dude, you know what's crazy is like they Apple AirPods already have them now. Like you can basically go to Japan and like talk to people in Japan and the AI will automatically translate any language. And when that gets a little better, like I'm totally that would be like because one of the things about going to Japan, I was scared I wouldn't be able to like talk to anyone and like talk to any HUDs. But now with like AI getting so good at like translating words, dude, that really really makes me want to travel more if I can like speak to anyone. Like that sounds like really fun, you know? Like I would totally go to Thailand or Japan if I could actually like talk to people. Yeah, technology is really cool. It's gonna get really crazy when we have millions of humanoid robots like mining in the coal mines and building houses and shit. Like that's gonna get crazy. When there's these robots everywhere, fucking farming crops, doing surgeries in the coal mines, like that's gonna get insane. Like I don't think anyone's ready for how crazy humanoid robots are about to be. Every HUD's the same. They're like face wise, yeah, in China. Gas for AI just to hit us. Yeah, dude, AI, like it's actually it's crazy. Like President Trump is tweeting right now. He's just saying some bullshit about healthcare. Snowflake and Nvidia just announced a bigger partnership or some bullshit. Yeah, NQ's just kind of going up and down right now. Not much going on in NQ. I'm watching NQ's hourly chart and 5 minute chart on my different monitor right now, but there's really not much happening, guys. Like, do not blow any fundeds on this price action. Just wait till tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure, I bet Rempy knows, but I'm pretty sure Nvidia announces earnings after hours. Usually, when it's a really big company like that, they don't do pre-market; they do aftermarket. So I'm pretty sure that's aftermarket. So I probably won't even trade. I probably won't trade tomorrow either because I have to wait for those Nvidia earnings after hours. But Thursday and Friday is going to be really good price action. Price is just going to be moving a lot Thursday and Friday, so I'll be watching that. Bitcoin is looking pretty bearish. I mean bullish. If equities and Bitcoin are actually going to go higher, I really want to see the I really want to see gold fall here. I want to see gold start to act bearish, and it does not look bearish. So I'm looking at inverse assets to like confirm bias, basically, if that makes sense. But Bitcoin looks like it wants to fucking go higher here. I'm just sitting on my hands, just watching. Might want to make its way back up to its new week opening gap. So far, we took out these relative equal highs, so I'm just watching to see if it flips bearish here. Yo, are you live till 2? I'm probably gonna end it pretty early today, guys, because I'm not expecting much. Bullish price action for Nvidia. I hope it's bullish. I think it's probably gonna be positive earnings just because the capex, like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Like the big tech companies, the Meg 7 are still spending hella money, hella capex on GPUs and inference. And I just don't see a world where Nvidia really misses. He was just in fucking Taiwan telling them they have to ramp up production. So that I feel like that kind of means they're gonna fucking miss. I mean, beat. I wouldn't be bearish on Nvidia. I wouldn't want to buy puts. I would not want to buy any bearish options on Nvidia. And they might go down. It might be like full of shit. Like the market might be done for. But I just the companies, the Meg 7 weren't slowing down on capex at all. And Jensen was just in Taiwan telling them they gotta like ramp up production. So that's just purely based off that. That's bullish for me. I'm pretty bullish on Nvidia going through 2026. I think like 2027 we might slow down. It's just there's been no like real like big tech is not slowing down. They haven't slowed down yet. And once they start slowing down, that might be a little bit more bearish. Yep. There's just no real competitor for. Can we talk about big tech is depreciating their chips? Yeah. So I actually, Rempy, you got to watch the All In podcast and B2B podcast. I'll type it in. So you're kind of wrong on that. These are the two main podcasts I listen to, and B2B podcast. So a lot of these companies are actually using like a lot of these companies are using like 7-year chips to their full extent still. Like obviously the older chips can't do as much compute, but they're still using them. Like Google produces these TPUs, and their 7-year-old TPUs are still in production and being used like 100%. The All In podcast talked about that on their latest episode. But the two podcasts I just sent you are really, really good for like macro data. But that's kind of like that's what people that's what like the big that's what the I can't remember the guy who's like shorting the entire market right now, but that was his reasoning. It was like they're lying about their depreciation and their expenses. And these All In podcast guys, which are just basically like 4 investment bankers, basically said that guy's full of shit and they're not lying about Michael Burry. These big time investors on the All In podcast were basically saying Michael Burry was full of shit and he doesn't know what he's talking about, and I kind of trust those guys quite a bit. And like there hasn't been a lot of people like agreeing with Michael Burry. Like the All In podcast people basically just said like they use Google as an example, and I don't know if that's the same for like other chips, but Google's saying they're using their 8-year-old TPUs at 100% still, and they're still like they're not as strong as their first gen, second gen GPUs, but they're still using them. Yeah, but that's what they said in 2008. 2008's a little different because people were projecting revenues in 2008, and companies in 2025 actually have revenues that are increasing. So it's not really the same scenario as 2008. 2008 companies were pre-revenue, and like a bunch of companies are IPOing with no revenue, and then a lot of those companies went bankrupt. So that's why 2008 is a little different than 2025. Are you planning a trip to Japan? Have you seen? Yeah, I do want to go to like Japan or something. Yeah, also the house thing. Like if you ever watched The Big Short. But like the main thing with 2008 was we're getting displacement off Asia highs here on Bitcoin, guys. I want to see these lows. The main thing in 2008 was like companies were not producing revenue, and people thought they were going to produce a lot of revenue. But in 2025, these companies are actually producing a lot of revenue, and the revenues are increasing. And Michael Burry's thing is their revenues actually aren't increasing because they're lying about their depreciation on their chips and infrastructure. But I just I cannot be bullish on the market right now. I really think we are. Like I don't think this is internet. I think AI and robotics is going to be huge. I think it's going to be a lot bigger than anyone thinks. Like I'm not bearish. We might go down 20%, but that's really nothing in the equities market. Like I think the next 5 years are going to get really, 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 really crazy. Okay, guys, potential short on Bitcoin here if we can make it to these Asia lows. Potential short. But yeah, this is it. You can't really compare. The thing that scares me, that's similar to 2008, is the concentration in these ETFs and these equity markets. Like the Nasdaq and the S&P are super concentrated, meaning that a lot of companies hold the most weight, and that's like kind of scary. Like you don't want to see that. That's kind of like a bubble. Is this concentration? Well, yeah, they were like if you guys ever watched The Big Short, that's a great movie, but people like people making 50 grand a year owned three houses, and that's not happening right now. Like there's a affordability crisis, but there's no like I don't think there's a crisis with poor people owning too many houses. I think it's kind of the opposite. So I don't like calling the bubble. I'm also not like a hardcore fucking like I'm not a genius about macroeconomics. Hey guys, I'm watching to see if Bitcoin wants to move lower here. NQ is moving lower. ES and YM are moving higher though. So I want to see these lows. These lows are a little too perfect for me. I want to see if we can get below those. I'm watching this fair value gap here, guys. I kind of want to risk just one contract on this. Seems like a good entry. Yeah, guys, I'm in for one here. Stop above this new day opening gap. And this is on Bitcoin, guys. K-shaped economy type shit. Top 10 S&P hold 40%. It's something crazy. 40% seems a little high, Rempy. I don't think it's quite 40%, but it is something crazy like that. Maybe I'm wrong. It might be 40%, but 40% seems quite a bit high. And NQ, the Nasdaq's weight, I'm pretty sure is a lot worse than the S&Ps because the Nasdaq's more tech. It might be 40%, but that seems a little too high for me. I thought it was more like I don't know. You might be right. I don't know for sure. So guys, I was watching this. We took out Asia highs. I'm bearish on the day. I want to see these lows get taken out. I'm gonna be break even pretty soon here. Once we take out this low, I'm break even. That's actually enough for me to go break. I'm not quite break even. I'm gonna put my stop at this high. So I'm basically break even. I'm risking like 5 ticks now. But I will be holding until midnight open and these lows here, guys. So this might be a pretty good trade, low key. So I'm holding to daily low. Might be too early for I might have went break even too early here, guys, but if it comes back up, I'll just re-enter. Maybe. Because we still have these unfilled gaps here that might want to get filled. But I'll re-enter if they get filled. I'd really like to see it just flush lower here. Yeah, yeah, 39% is ridiculous. Like that makes me think we're in a bubble, low key. Like that gives some bubble vibes out. Yeah, I'm just break even here, guys. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Potentially look for a re-enter, guys, if we can come back into this gap. I'm gonna take this execution off. It just makes me mad. So we have this unfilled 3 minute, and we have an unfilled 2 minute. So price might want to go fill that, and I'll be looking for a re-entry if we turtle soup that high. But I prefer to not take out this high. And I'm like waffling. I'm just gonna, my stop's just at this high, guys. I think I'm risking like $3. Was that 39% the S&P or the Nasdaq? Because the Nasdaq might be higher than that. We're also in like an AI economy right now, so you kind of can expect that AI is more of the economy as other stuff, but that's a pretty crazy number. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe in a bubble. You just can't call it bubble. People call too many bubbles, and there's no like two like the stock market's up like 18,000% since 2008 crash or some shit like that. So even when there is a stock market crash, like it's not really a stock market crash. You just got to zoom out to 5 years. Still in this trade, guys. Yeah, that's insane. 53% in 10 companies is pretty ridiculous. Ugh. I got a really good entry on this trade. I think it might want to clear out this high one more time and then move lower. But I don't want to move my stop and risk more money on a BS trade like this. Like I'd rather just get stopped out and re-enter. I am gonna move my stop to the high it just made though, because that's break even now. Still targeting these lows, and I'm targeting midnight open. NQ's flushing down. Um, I told you guys to look at that hourly gap. It worked out pretty well. So if you look at NQ here, we respected this. We respected this hourly gap, which I was looking at. So we came up. Price came up. Sweet pre-market highs. Respected this hourly inversion here, and then flushed lower to London lows. So that's what I was looking at in the stream. Not really interested in it, guys. Bitcoin's starting to flush lower here. I like this a lot more. I really want to see it close below these candles here. I'm gonna move my stop a little bit more in profit. I like that. I'll potentially add another contract if we get a strong close below these candles, and then retest them. I'll be treating these as a rejection block. I really don't want to risk too much size right now, just because I know today is low probability. But I don't think we're in a bubble. I think this is a build out, maybe a correction once revenue growth slows down. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm thinking too, Rumpy. That's kind of my mindset on this whole thing. Yeah, I really just want to see it move lower here. Break even, so I don't really care, but I like to be right. I don't like that we didn't close below those candles. Might want to come up and fill this gap. And I'm kind of thinking I just should put my stop at this high, but looking like it might be coming for a stop here. To make sure I take this out. Looking at this 2 minute down close. If you take midpoint of that, I think we stopped basically at midpoint of that down close candle. Yeah, to the tick. Now I feel confident moving my stop at that high it just made. All right, risk-free trade, guys. I don't like when it has my ticks on there. Makes me emotional. Want to see us flush lower to this, to these lows here. Oh my god. I haven't been to the gym in like 4 days and I'm starting to freak out. I'm gonna go check on my roommate, see if he's banking real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Let me make sure my stop's safe here. Yeah, I mean, it should be. I think I'm safe. 5 minute looks good. 15 minute. Yeah, if it doesn't flush here, I think I'm offsides anyways, to be honest with you. I just think it might want to clear that high and not clear the other high. I think that's a possibility. I'm just gonna go break even, like actually break even. I don't know, am I getting emotional right now, guys? I can't tell. It's hard, like I don't like moving my stop too much, but like I need to like really think, am I moving my stop because I'm being a pussy or am I moving my stop because I'm right? I really want to see us flush lower here. And then I like totally would feel confident moving my stop, but we haven't really flushed lower at all. NQ's dumping right now. Love to see it. Stock account's getting pretty hurt right now, but it's okay. I think this high, I like this. All right, that's my stop. Not touching it. That is my stop. Oh, coming right for me. Do I move my stop again? Okay, guys, I'm being a pussy and I'm being emotional. So you can put that in your notes. Sam Harding is an emotional pussy when he trades. All right, guys, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go check my reading. You in bed? Roommate's in bed. Being a pussy. Um, I don't like that price is like not moving right now. I don't like that we're just consolidating here. I really, really, really want to see it flush lower. We have a new breaker, so we have a high, low, higher, high. So this whole move is kind of a breaker. I guess I would count. It's kind of hard to tell on the 5 minute. This whole move is a breaker here, technically. And that's kind of like too big for me. Like, I don't like that. 5 minute. I think this is the most obvious breaker now. I think that might have been what I already highlighted before. But so I'm watching this. I want to see price get below midpoint of this. It's really like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, price is literally, I've been in this trade for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it hasn't moved. We got 1 minute until 10 a.m. here, guys. Let's see if that brings some volatility to the market. There's a chance it wicks me out and then goes down. That would piss me off. I'm gonna go take a piss too. So yeah, boring live stream, guys. Small trade on Bitcoin. Anyone take this trade with me on Bitcoin? A little Bitcoin trade. You don't see that too often from Sam. I like that close. Ugh. Let's go. Potential ad here. I got to see it go up a little bit more than that. We got a 5 minute. I don't know what to I would add if we get clear displacement here, fair value gap inside this breaker. That'd be like the only scenario I'd really want to add. Yeah, announce one time. So this is our 4 hour candle that I'm watching. Loyal by Lil Wayne and Tyga is probably the best song in the world, and Chris Brown. So, I wasn't born last night. You know, these hoes ain't right. I only got one class today, so that's kind of dope. I'm gonna go to the gym and shit. Take my time. Nvidia is down almost 4% right now. Kind of ridiculous. These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. Got rich. I do online school through ASU, and it's so nice. Yeah, I low key wish I did online school through ASU. I'm wasting my life away in college right now. It's fucking retarded. Like, I'm completely wasting my time here. I wish I did community college in high school, and then I wish I did online school and stayed at home and worked and traded. And then I want to move to Tempe after college. I want to move somewhere with the time where the time zone's better. Because stock market opening at 9:30 here is horrible. Oh my god, it sucks. It's so late. Yeah, I want to move to Arizona because there's a lot of tech there, and the time zone. Like stock market opens at 7:30 there. Well, depending on daylight savings, it opens at like 6:30 sometimes, and then 7:30 sometimes. So I want to live somewhere so I can trade in the morning, and then actually work during the day because it's kind of impossible to do that in Florida. Like if it was Arizona right now, it would literally be like I think it would be like 8:30 right now instead of 10, or it'd be 8 o'clock instead of 10, which is like we're getting good flush down here, guys. If this goes all the way down to my target, I could make a decent amount of money with one contract here. That would be like $250 with one micro. So want to see us clear this low with speed. I'm probably getting off here at like 10:15, 10:30. I I I kind of like that the stock market's just fucking dumping too. It makes me think that Nvidia is gonna beat and just like reverse. We're making our way to Friday's low, which is kind of crazy. These hoes ain't loyal. We're in that new week opening gap now, guys, on NQ. So try to show you guys here in just a second. So this is the gap I was watching on NQ. We just tapped into this new week opening gap. I got the high, low, 50%, and then 25.75. And it lines up with this. It's like the big Friday dump. So we had this big new week opening gap when we dumped on Friday, then opened on Monday. So I don't think after, like, if we clear this low, I think that's kind of ridiculous. We might be making our way to these lows. I don't think we make it all the way down here. Yeah, I just don't see that happening. Yeah, I don't think 25% of the range would be that crazy. So we might go down, we might get down into these weekly down close candles here. I'm pretty sure we're in like a monthly something. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I'm expecting like somewhat of a bounce off this level here. Looks like I might be getting stopped out here on Bitcoin. I'm potentially at here and move my stop loss to break even after. You just can't look at your portfolio like being red as a bad thing. Like it's just like you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it as like a 5 year span. Expected midpoint of this gap I'm looking at, guys. It's not really a gap. It's more of these candles. Mm, 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 mm. That's the motto. So I'm doing the math now. If I add, I wish I would have added right there when I was talking about it. If I add here, Well, now do I want to add? Excuse. Okay, it looks like it's coming from my stop here, guys. Make me and abuse me. I got no taboo. Think you want me to. Money talks. Yeah. I can't tell like what my portfolio's at because I switched from Webull to Robinhood and it reset all my shit. Okay, I stopped out there. I think I'm probably done for the day. We got a 5 minute gap here. Cash, I want you, dirty cash, I need you. No, no, no. I'm a little interested in NQ right now. I want you, dirty cash, I need you. I kind of like this. We left relative equal highs with London and Asia here. Watching this tiny gap here. Respected. Potential buy here, guys. Just risk a tiny amount. We're respecting this new week opening gaps is the main reason. I like this bullish order flow here. I'm watching this tiny gap here. I don't want to see it go down to this gap. I'm gonna look at ES too here. Got an SMT with ES. Missed the buy there. If we get a retracement in this down close candle, I'd be done. I don't want to see it close above it though. I'd put my stop at this low, which is well, it's not looking like I want to do it anymore. Oh, that's 100 ticks. Holy crap. Price is moving a lot right now. So I'm looking at this gap here, guys. Excuse. That might be a volume imbalance, I can't tell. I don't think it is. Money talks. Money talks. Alright, so Bitcoin probably just dumped. Bitcoin just filled in this 5 minute. I'm kind of expecting Bitcoin to go higher here. You dirty cash, I need you. Wow, it might just keep dumping here. This is the first 10 minute. I mean, this is the first fair value gap after 10 a.m. you guys. So that's important. Boom, 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 boom. And we did just inverse it. So I should be watching this one. Watching this gap here. Tuesday. I'd want to see retracement higher after touching this new week opening gap. Treat this as like a Judas swing. But it doesn't look like it wants to do that. It looks like it just wants to go lower. Watching this fair value gap here. Potential short here, guys, if you want to target this low. I'm not interested in that. But you could short into this low. I'd prefer to see it inverse like it's doing right now. That's what I wanted to see. I'd want to see this inverse. Like I like that a lot. I want to see it stay above the upper half of this gap. You guys might see me take a trade here. Peace out. I'll see you later, MP. So I'm looking at this buy side here, guys. We just touched into this new week opening gap. I want to see it stay above the upper half of this gap here. Do not want to see it go below the lower half of this. So I already like that's enough for me to not even care. On the floor. Gonna get off here soon, guys. I don't know if anyone's even watching anymore. Small break even on Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks bullish. I don't like seeing S&Ps that are that close. Oh, NQ bet. Just a boring day. I knew it was gonna be boring. I'm watching this tiny gap here, guys. I want to see if this gap can fill it. But I will be getting off here any second here. It's just boring. There's no reason for me to sit on the charts and kind of like waste my time. I'm expecting this gap to respect price. Might want to make its way up to this one, but I want to see this respect price and go lower. SMT with YM here. I would want this to fail. I'm expecting this SMT to fail. Don't miss me with girl. Whatever you want. I want to see a change in state delivery here. So that's a 15 minute. I'd want to see that. You can see on both these candles, we open right at midpoint, stab above it, and then reject lower. Open right at midpoint, stab below it, move higher. Kind of interesting. Watching this. Small trade here, guys. Want to see this candle expand. I don't even know what I'm risking. It's basically nothing. Risking like 45. Want to see it close above this. It is going to be a quick break even for me, but not yet. I'll move my stop to this candle's low after this. So risk decreased even more here, guys. Want to see expansion here. I think I'm risking only like $10 now. Yeah, so I'm risking about $10 now. I'm out there. Maybe I should have kept my stop there. I don't know. Bearish on the higher time frames. I still want to see him move higher here. I'm only down about $10 there, so it's not that big of a deal. Watching to see. I think this candle might be the low. I'd love to see an SMT here. We have one. That's why I'm. I want to see if this SMT holds. Time poking, I'm gonna be keeping you up. Watching to see if this SMT holds here. Looks like it's gonna hold. Come on, don't go yet, don't go yet. Time token, I wanna keep keeping you up. Stops at this SMT low. This will be my last trade of the day. If this doesn't work out, I'm done. My stop's just at this SMT low here. It's not looking great. All right, I'm done, guys. I'm closing the stream here. Have a good day, guys. I'll be back at it tomorrow.